Hey Pisces, hope you are fab. This is Jamie. Welcome to Soulvine, and we're going to check in with your energies. Appreciate you being here. So, if you are new, we do Pisces daily. We're checking in with your sun, moon, and rising energies. We're just going to see what comes in today. We're going to do a bit of a different spread, mix it up, and see how we can support your journey. This is a general read and a timeless one. So whenever you come across it or feel called, connect on in and let's see what Spirit has for you. We'll also look at the challenge position and we'll get some further guidance for you as we go through this. And if I feel there's certain things we need to clarify, I will do that as well. Okay. Pisces. Let's see what is happening here. All right. So kicking off, we've got the Ace of Materials, the Two of Materials, and the Ten of Materials. So it seems like money, stability, feeling connected and whole is really important to you right now. With the Ace of Materials, this can come in two parts. Whether this is something that you're like really dreaming upon, wishing upon, connecting into of what it is you desire, and knowing when that gift comes, that arrives, that offer, that opportunity, that even presentation of an idea of something that relates to your growth financially. I feel like when that's present, things are going to make sense and you'll be able to balance out the path that you're going to really start creating the life that you want. Because wherever you're heading here, Pisces, this is showing up as the 10 of Materials. So this is like coming in great strength and great strides of really connecting to your truth, to, you know, the elements that make you feel good, that make you feel whole, and importantly, make you feel home. And that's going to be different, you know, for you and what that is and the meaning behind it. But as we move forward, we're looking at the Justice card. We've got the Five of Inspiration and the Ace of Inspiration. So I feel like as you're navigating this, there is part of you trying to like get to the truth of the situation. I feel like this is more an internal journey right now for you, Pisces, that you're experiencing here, and really trying to assess where you want to be, where you want to go, what does this look like, what's it meant to be like. And you might find too that you've got other people coming in here along the path or along your journey that it could be like from what you're watching, people that you're around, but I feel like there's a little bit of conflicting energy or something that's like disrupting your clarity here, okay, is what's coming through. But you're going to get that spark, that inspiration. You've got both Ace of Materials and Ace of Inspiration, so there is something new coming along, something like that you're desiring, and I feel it's going to show up. And when it comes and when it arrives, that form of inspiration is just going to really kick in and help you kick on to where you're meant to be. We've also got the Queen of Voices, the Seven of Emotions, and the Star energy. So when we look at this, you know, this seems to be around furthermore about your truth. You know, the Queen of Voices sitting with the Justice energy, if we're looking this way, there's something like some news, some information, but I feel like this is more like you're wanting to make sense of everything. You're wanting to, you know, have this path, it could be a checklist. It could be like a written, I feel like it's in written form, that you're taking any information that you've got and kind of jotting it down, putting it down to make sense of it. But it's like you're waiting on the right communication to get out of some state where you're feeling a little, you know, confused or uncertain on what is truly making you feel alive. And you might be assessing, you know, is this my thinking that's doing it? Is it just I'm feeling a bit off? You might be, you know, trying to understand yourself right now as well as part of this process of where you're meant to be. I feel like there's something really evident here about where you're meant to be, and that's what's on your mind. That's what's maybe consuming you a little bit, but Pisces, this is a good thing because there's something here that matters to you, that has great meaning, and you want to figure it out. But whatever's happening here, sometimes, and I think the hardest thing for us as humans is actually knowing what we want, right? And this is kind of what it's saying here. What is it that you want? Because I think with that, you're going to get some spark, some revelation here, even if you're not exactly sure, okay? Even if you're not exactly sure. So when we connect into this with the Tower energy and the Hermit energy, I think if I'm looking at the Star card, you can notice where it's pointing to. Just, as we're looking at how the cards have showed up here. The guidance is kind of saying that electric charge, that information, that source, that spirit that you're seeking, that clarity, that surprise, that feeling, that notion, whatever it is, it's like it's coming here, Pisces, okay? Connecting to what it is you actually want and desire. While you may not have the clarity, you're going to get the inspiration needed to find that thing, to hold that thing and start really pursuing it. Because I think but it's also like you're trying to make sense of things right now, because I think there's a lot going on for you, a lot of feelings, a lot of around building up your life again to what really matters to you and getting to the depths of that. But a lot is around your finances, your wealth, your career, your purpose, and feeling whole in that. With the Hermit energy too, this could be some element here of don't feel bad for taking those times that you need to go within, to take a little time for you. You might find, and it's interesting because sometimes we can get a little bit too in the depths, and I just feel right now that I can see that you're really searching for something here, searching for answers, looking for that light, looking for something to shine bright and just show you. But it's just, I feel like it's just going to take a little bit of patience and a little bit of discernment within you, and trust within yourself and spirit and God, or whatever it is that you lean into universally. It's going to help you find the way. I don't doubt that. If we have a look at what may be hidden here for you, this could be, challenge related. There seems to be some aspect here with the Four of Materials, like I feel like you're holding on to something, or maybe holding on to this a little bit tightly, because it seems like your capabilities, who you are, Pisces. Just there's something here that just seems to be like, I need to take a step back, I need to take a breath. Just something in regards to that is what I'm feeling here, okay? Now, I'm going to get a few more cards to further clarify on what we need to know. And then at the end, I'm going to get you, I've got a new deck. It's an avatar. It's the Avatar Oracle, which is pretty cool. And we're going to get a card here to give you some further guidance on a specific question or this situation here. Okay, guys? So let's just dive in a little bit deeper and see what Spirit has for you. All right. I was like, what else do we need to know? So showing up here, we have got the Thinking Man. So it's interesting how you got the Queen of Voices and the Thinking Man. So there's definitely something here that seems to be being assessed, looking at what you desire, your hopes, your dreams, Pisces, okay? I just feel like everything's going to make sense for you here at some point in time. We've also got the fourth chakra showing up here, okay? So when we connect into the fourth chakra, this is Archangel Raphael. This is like healing, supportive energy. And I'm just feeling like, what do you feel led from a heart space? Like, what truly fills that heart space of yours? And it's interesting because I'm getting like there's something important here about receiving something from someone or a situation. And that's maybe what you're waiting on or hoping for here, Pisces, to help balance things out. Because sometimes you can be in situations or even relationships, whether it's business at home, that you're always the one doing that little bit extra, and then it becomes a little bit more and a little bit more, and it becomes a little unbalanced. Like you're not also getting the nurturing and feeding that you need. And I feel like this is going to shift and change for you over this period of time too, which is going to help really shine a light on this Ten of Materials energy where you're getting what you need, okay? But I feel like there's desire is really important right now, but also like, what is it that you want? Because when you know what you want And sometimes it's like the hardest thing, you know, it's the hardest thing sometimes. But I feel like this is a time to drop into that heart space a little. And if it's like all too much, or you're frustrated, or you're getting a little bit panicky about it, this is like just a reminder here with this Four of Materials, like, then let go. Don't be anywhere. Go take that time, quiet time, and just the silence sometimes is all you need. That silence. And if you like, well, how do I get to that place? Honestly, like for me, I do different meditations. Sometimes I do guided meditations. It could be anything from connecting with your higher self. It could be energy clearing. It could be, connecting to my soul purpose. And sometimes it's just certain music that really moves me. It may be focused on the heart chakra, it may be focused on the sacral chakra, root chakra. I mean, you connect into your body on what you need. But I find when I'm sometimes just listening to the music and not necessarily guided, there's just something different that happens, and it allows me to drop in and allows the thoughts that need to come through, or those little bits of something that need to show up for you for that day, is just can really support you. And sometimes you might have tears, sometimes you might have that beautiful smile on your face from those things that you see, but whatever it is that comes through for you is something is shifting, something is changing within you. And I feel like this is really important right now. Cornucopia is showing up here, Pisces. So cornucopia, this is about the fruits of your labor, the fruits bearing, harvesting, showing up. Like, I even think of like, when you think of the king and queen at the table, they're having this amazing gathering. It's abundant, it's beautiful, it's juicy, it looks like divine, and you want to like eat all the things, but no, there's only certain things that you can, consume for the space available you have. And I feel like whatever's happening here or connecting in, it's going to make sense. And you're going to feel the goodness that comes with it, even if it's just to the eye. But I feel like this is a feeling within yourself that I'm just getting like consuming. So I don't know, like it could be something I know this sounds strange, somewhat strange, but I feel like even like, that a smell that just, it's like, oh, wow. Like, and the smell or the taste of something, it just, even though you may not be holding it, even though you may not be tasting it, even though it may not be something you can see, you salivate. And I don't know if you've ever done that experiment of thinking of biting into a lemon, but there's not a lemon there. Naturally, you start feeling the chemistry in your mouth change, right? So there's something happening here, but I feel like on a chemical, energetic level, that's transmuting into something really beautiful for you, Pisces, okay? But I feel a little bit, you may get a little bit in your head purely because it's important to you and it's understandable, but it's important when you can to recognize when you need to let go of that energy. We've got the Deceit card that's shown up. Let's get one more to see what other message comes with that. One more. Yeah, I'm just getting, don't let it fool you. So this is something that I've personally, for myself, I've noticed, like with sometimes the people closest to me, even myself, there's usually something, someone, a situation that really can tempt us to take us off track, to take us off where we're meant to be. And again, I don't know where you sit on your spiritual journey, if you believe in these things, this energy, but what I'm getting here is that there's going to, there may be something, thoughts, people, situations that are going to try and push you off track. Okay. And I feel like it's really important. This is a test for you to stay in your power, to stay in your strength, and to trust that the divine, the spirit, is protecting you and that you are protected. There's an important part of being open, but there's an important part of guarding your heart and knowing the truth of the matter. If something feels a little bit off, if something, seems too good to be true, just check in with what that is or what that's trying to say to you, because I feel here there may be a distraction, a temptation of something just to take you a little bit off track. And sometimes that little bit off track ends up being a lot more off track, then a lot more, and then you're finding yourself in a place that you don't even know how you got to. So just self-check along this path and journey, because there's a lot of great things that are going to be happening. But sometimes what people are going to do, and this is really important that's showing up here, is they're going to present to you this on the outside. Okay, on the outside it looks like this. I know this is a really interesting term, but it's sometimes like, I've had someone say to me, just because it's covered in gold doesn't mean that there's shit underneath. Okay, if it's shit, it's shit. And I don't know if that's the exact term that someone said to me, but yeah, you can't cover shit in gold and pretend it's something else, because it's what's the substance of it, right? And I just feel like there's something here about that. There may be someone presenting something to you, Pisces, and maybe this is why you're feeling confused, because a part of this is like, well, yeah, something just doesn't feel right. And I'm trying to figure that out. I think, is her name Bethany Franklin? She was one of those housewives of New York. It was really interesting. I don't watch a lot of social media, guys. I'm probably online maybe 10 minutes of the week. Like, I don't spend hardly any time on social media, but there's a few things that might capture my attention, and I love to support my friends and my family, and, you know, businesses and things like that. But one of the things that really came up was when she initially started in and got this big opportunity, I think it was with Bravo, she mentioned about initially she received a contract, and she said at that point in time, she goes, I didn't have that business acumen or that, you know, successes that she has today. She didn't have that back then. This was an opportunity, and this was something very new for her. She goes, but one thing that with the contract, something didn't feel right, she said, and she crossed out a certain clause. And I don't know if you guys have seen this. And the certain clause is that these people wanted something of her successes that were outside that program. So anything she created, anything she became, anything that she did thereafter from the success of that program. And she scratched out that clause, and it's apparently been a major turning point for a lot of new people in business, new people in the entertainment industry, because it's like people are trying to reap benefits off your own successes thereafter. Even though, you know, you're getting paid and you're doing work and you're making them a stack of money, it's like they wanted more. And she's kind of changed the industry by canceling out that certain clause. But I think what was important is that she could have just let it go, because she'd be, you know, brushing it off like, oh, well, I don't know any better. Well, she had a feeling, and she trusted the feeling that she had. And it's been quite a profound, I think, experience for her, but others in the industry, on the importance of when something isn't feeling right, or you're just getting this little nudge to something, pay attention to what that is. And I feel like this is an important element here, because then as you move to Goddess of the Moon, there's something here that you're attracting in, pulling in, that's beautiful, okay, Pisces? But I'm getting like a little diversion or a little sneaky something coming on in, trying to, I'm going to say, derail you a little bit. And it's just that little temptation, devilish energy around that, you know, that happens in this world from time to time. So just guard yourself with that. Be open, you know, to protecting yourself, to loving yourself, and doing what you need to do. This is not something to fear. I want to make that very clear. This is something to just be aware of, because, you know, it just is. And that's all I've got to say there. But this is looking beautiful. You're calling in great things, Pisces, and wherever you're going, there's a lot of beauty here. So let's get one more card for you with this Avatar card, Oracle deck, and see what guidance they have for you and what you need to know. So this is called, the Avatar Oracle, cards for your inner alchemy. My daughter we went and watched the second Avatar, and it was just, really beautiful. And I picked it up when I saw it. I'm like, oh, I really like this. And I know my daughter loves it too. So I just felt connected to this deck. And I was like, I've got to get it. All right, one for our Pisces. Ooh. The card coming up is authenticity. Let me just get what this is. And interesting, it's number 1. All right, authenticity. I've got to try and read this, so just give me a sec. This is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. That's an actual quote from Brené Brown that's in here. If you're a fan of hers, I am. I love her work. Okay. Your wisdom is the result of your courage to break through the walls that once limited your life. This card reminds you to reflect on how much you have already achieved, dear one. Reflect on your breakthroughs and ask yourself if there is any more walls or masks that need to be removed. Breaking through walls is like taking off self-constructed social masks, masks that serve only to hide your true authentic nature and conceal the full radiance and magnificence of your light. The connection to your soul is lost when masks are worn and freedom is traded in for social facades. Being authentic, however, is the result of accepting both the light and shadow aspects of yourself. It is about allowing your soul's true expression of light to shine through despite your mind's hesitancy. Authenticity is having the courage to be true to your very core. D1, release any fears you hold about what others may expect from you. It can sometimes be all too easy to get lost in the spiritual identity of self and live your life trapped in the expectations of others. As much as it is your natural state to inspire and uplift others, remember to always be true to yourself. This could simply mean putting yourself first or taking some time out to rejuvenate your own energy resources. So when it comes to the chakras, guys, this is relating to your solar plexus and throat chakra. So that's a lot. The solar plexus is a lot about our confidence, our core, like Agni energy of putting it out into the universe, and really being a light of going after what it is that you want. It's just this golden, beautiful, bright, radiant light. It's like your radiance. And obviously the throat chakra is about speaking your truth, communicating your truth. And I feel that's really important right now. So the affirmation here is, I am courageous and free, living a life authentically, being me. That's really beautiful. Really beautiful, Pisces. What came through while I was reading this, just to wrap up for you guys, is that sometimes with... it mentioned energy, so this could be one part here too of just, and because we've got the Hermit showing up as well, when you need to recoup, you might be an introvert, you might be an extrovert, you might be an ambivert, but there's always a point in time where we need to recharge our souls, our energy, and clear it out, and that may be an important part of this process. The other thing is too, like, don't feel you have to show up in a different way to get what you want. Being you and authentically you is going to put you in alignment with the right people and the right situations. The other thing is, with this energy, I was getting as well, like, people are going to put on their own beliefs potentially on you. As an example, you know, it's not necessarily who do you think you are, but sometimes you get people who think, oh my God, that's crazy. I can't believe you're going to do something like this. Or do you think that's even going to work? Like, challenge your thinking and put doubts in your mind. And that's a part of this, you know, deception energy, this, you know, tempting you to think other things that you aren't. And again, it's just people like putting shit on you that you don't need. So just be mindful of that on this journey. But I'm seeing wonderful things, bright things, supportive, you know, a supportive journey here for you, Pisces, wherever you are going. Sending you a whole bunch of love. Appreciate you being here, and I look forward to connecting again soon. Bye now.